Cyanide.
Okay, the band is me. I sing and play guitar. We have Angelo Fariello, who's the bass player, and he sings live. We have Mike Van Bass, who's the drummer. And we have Joe Salvatore, who's the guitar player and singer, also live. We're all from New York City. We're definitely not new to the game. I mean, we've been around the block a couple of times with different bands. This is our first record as Sweet Cyanide. It's actually the first record that all of the members agree that it's like what we were kind of, it's our way. I was in a band a while ago that had a record deal and a single out on radio, and it just didn't feel right. Finally, this is our baby. You know, we created this, and it's the way we want it to be. And I know, listen, we've gotten a lot of great reviews, and they all say that the same thing. It's very schizophrenic as far as styles are concerned, but why can't it be,
Oh, you got your place under the sun, waiting for life to come undone. Never believe you'd be alone. You're not alone. Yeah. Oh, you got your place under the sun, waiting for life to come undone. Never believe you'd be alone.
Sweet Cyanide.
I mean, right now we're in with everything, which is cool, I guess. No matter who we play with or whatever kind of bill we do, I mean, we're always kind of the odd man out. But I'm kind of proud in a way that we do leave like a very lasting impression on fans that aren't familiar with the band beforehand. Like we're doing a couple of gigs. We got a gig coming up with LA Guns, with playing with Extreme. But I mean, we do also have the possibilities of opening for some very modern big bands that we're kind of hoping that this all comes through to our agency right now. It's cool because, like, honestly, I didn't want to get pigeonholed into a specific sound or style with this band. So if you're doing a 10-song set, and you're getting that variety, I think that most other groups also that are looking for opening acts or want to play with other bands, I think they find that interesting. I think we have just the right amount mix of heavy and commercial to just slide into anything right now.
And we sold our dreams for ecstasy. We just turned away. We just turned away. When the enemy became you and me, nothing left to say. We just turned away.
Sweet Cyanide.
I have a theory on American Idol. How they're putting out the idols is sort of how the business is being run. We just don't see it. Basically, they're looking for this cookie cutter idea of a performer, and listen, it's America who's voting, supposedly. I don't believe that either. But anybody who's remotely different from what they want to hear is eliminated or made to look like a fool. So I think that in a way, American Idol is like the microscopic view into music in America and how it's turning out. It's like everybody just wants these pop idols. It's a joke. I mean, I don't watch American Idol. I mean, I'm just so over that. The very first year it was on, I think I watched it just to see what was going on. But just like what people would talk about when they were talking about the show, it just sounded like sissy-ish to me. It's like, do I really want to see some little queer kid singing, like the same 3 songs, That'll be my downfall, I guess. It'll be our downfall because, we're rock and roll, man. That's it. If it rocks, it's cool. And I mean, listen, there's pop rock that's awesome also. It doesn't have to be just hard rock. I mean, I love all sorts of rock. I even love, I think what the hip-hop guys do is a lot smarter than what they're doing with rock and roll right now, man. I mean, the attitude, the balls, they're not afraid to speak their minds. I mean, I admire that.
No matter how hard I tried, I just couldn't satisfy your needs. And now the worst part of this, the only thing that makes me sick is that I never did believe you'd be the cause of misery. And now I'm breaking my back just to put up a front for you.
It takes a little bit of work. I mean, a lot of the rehearsals now we're spending on kind of a lot of time is getting put into the harmony part. We arrange it a little bit, because there's certain songs that have like 5-part harmonies. That was also the idea. It wasn't to to say, hey, if we can't pull this off live, let's not make it sound like that on record. I think like back in the day, like the one thing I love older music, I love 70s rock, and I don't think that those great groups like, you know, like T-Rex and Alice Cooper and, you know, Cheap Trick or the Beatles even, like, I don't think they said, hey, we won't be able to do this live, so why are we going to record it this way? I think that's kind of like a cheating way of getting out of just producing and really making the song stand on its own. So we kind of took that approach with this and said, you know what, if we do need to rearrange the songs a bit live, it'll be a lot more interesting to the people who come to see it. You know, I always like to go see bands also that do change it up. Like if there's a 3-minute song and they turn it into like a 6-minute jam, I always love that shit. Pretty much what we end up doing. Yeah, the best way to put it is, you know, like I want us to be excited also when we're playing the songs live. So if it does take playing them slightly different from the record to keep us, I mean, we lose interest so quick as a band, you know, in songs, you know, so we always change them up a little bit just so we're excited. I mean, there's nothing worse than seeing a band that's kind of bored of playing the same 12 songs for a year and a half straight, which was sort of the same situation with our older bands, you know, and that's kind of what we want to do different. So if we do end up rearranging them just for our own benefit, you know, it may not always work for the single idea of the song to say, hey, this can't be a single the way you guys are doing it live. Well, fuck it, you know, we're having a great time and we're putting 110% energy into it and the fans are digging it. That's all that really matters.
I don't really need to understand you. You don't ever need to get to know me. All we really need is good intentions, nothing in between.
Sweet Cyanide.
As far as like radio's concerned here on the East Coast, it feels like it's dead. I mean, even rock radio, they just recycle the same 10 songs like nonstop. And never mind top 40 radio. I mean, do we really need to hear that same Britney Spears song like a 1,000 times a day? You know, we have like stations like Z100 that it's just unlistenable. I can't imagine like who the fuck listens to these radio stations? The record industry is killing itself slowly by the way they just keep rehashing the same shit. Radio's doing the same thing. You know, I'll tell you an interesting story. This radio station in Kentucky that I did an interview with last week, it's a small rock station. The guy, out of all the songs on the CD, he pulled out the song American Me. And he said to me, he goes, hey, he said, what does that song mean? And I was like, I know it's not going to be what everybody wants to feel, but for me, it's like a pro-American song saying, you know, listen, we're not perfect, but neither are you, so go fuck yourself. Deal with it. And he loved it, and since that explanation came up, you know, he's been emailing me saying, hey, our sister station in Louisville picked up on it. And there are people out there who want to hear good shit and want to be real.